I'm really nervous about this. It's Thursday, January the 2nd, 2014, approximately 12:16 p.m. It is cold. It is, there's a wind chill warning, and, Arctic air can produce chill values to -30, -40. It's not that, but the temperature without the wind chill is something like -15. It's freaking cold. It's cold in the apartment. I have the fireplace on. I don't usually turn it on. I think it's too, I don't know. But it has the option to have heat on it. So since the electric heating in the apartment that we don't control isn't enough today, I decided to turn that on for the cats. I'm really nervous about making a video. I even wrote on my live journal post recently that I want to make videos and vlogs, but I'm far too self-conscious about the weight I gained this past year to want to be on camera. Even though, I've watched lots of videos on YouTube of people of various weights and looks, and it doesn't matter. It's the content or what people have to say and share that matters. And it's not like even if I lost a whole bunch of weight, I'd be a beauty queen. I have bad teeth and, blah, 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 right? But it's one of those things that got into my head. So I've actually avoided vlogger heads for a few months, which is really stupid because I love the site in that it's one of the few vlogging sites I've found where people are actually interactive. And, I've grown fond of people on there. But if I'm not making videos, I feel like I can't watch those videos. Even though I'll watch YouTube stuff, it makes no sense. But I feel like if I'm not contributing there, I can't go there and look, which is silly because there's lots of great people on there that don't make videos but contribute lots of comments, and that's part of the community. I have no excuses except I get some weird glitches in my brain about things, and I'm sharing them with you. My hair is getting long. Wait, just a second. It's getting long again, which is great because I can hide my face, but it's also great because I never should have cut it short. I butchered my bangs months and months ago, and they're finally growing out a bit. I don't know, I had it in my head that I could just do one of those. It was awful. And then the hairdresser sort of fixed it, but it really needed to grow. And so, okay, I have a few things to share. Do I start with the too much information or to gross you out right away, or do I talk about the interesting stuff? I'll go with interesting. So this here was my journal in 2013. I wanted to start it on the 1st, but it started on Thursday, January 3rd, 2013. I finished it December 31st, 2013. So I finished it right before the Kiss at Midnight. Because it was so important to me that I be done with this journal, that I finish it. I didn't write in it continuously throughout the year, which is why I had to rush it near the end. I wrote in bits and spurts, and then I glued a whole bunch of stuff in, which used up a lot of pages. And then I had no choice but to write. And I was feeling the pressure. I wasn't going to make it, but I got my partner to write a page. He wrote a page or two in here. And got a friend who lives upstairs. She wrote a few pages as well. I think she wrote she wrote 3 pages right near the end, which left me with 2 pages, which meant I managed to meet my goal. So I'm thankful for their help because it meant so much to me. I wanted to share with you. Okay, so to update you guys, that's one of those cheesy photo booths. This is Como, Italy. And this, we didn't do this all through the trip. We just did it there. But this is the first place we went to. I went to Italy for 2 weeks for a honeymoon and adventure. And we got married on the 1st in Toronto. Tall man and I. You might remember him from old videos when I used to live in Toronto and I made all these vlogs of the month, you know, out on the beaches and stuff going on and having a life. And he is the tall blonde who was with me all the time. But so we married. And December 1st marked 1 year of living back in my hometown, St. Thomas. But at least I'm not daydreaming about running away back to Toronto anymore. So that's progress. As for Italy, I took 5,000 photos with my digital camera. I took film, but I didn't use it. I narrowed it down to 2,050 photos that I kept. I could probably still get rid of some more. And they're all on Flickr in sets. Como. Next was Venice. Como was my favorite because it was the first place and we had some romantic time there. And Lake Como and going up Brunate, I don't know. Hiking up a hill together. After the funicular. Como was neat, and the old city in Como, but Venice, it's really a special kind of place to visit, obviously. I mean, coming in on the water taxi that took us to our hotel, we both looked at each other at one point and like had these smiles on our faces because it was just so exhilarating, you know, to see a place like that. After Venice was Florence, and then Rome, and then a trip to Naples and Pompeii. Pompeii ruins were awesome. Then we went back to Rome, and then we had a day trip to Capri and Sorrento. No, we stayed at Sorrento one night, went to Capri, back to Rome, and then back to Toronto, and then one night, and then came home. Anyway, I took lots of photos. They're on Flickr. They're also, if you go to my website, goldmourn.livejournal.com, GOLDMOURN. I have tags, my tags along the side. There's Italy, and those will be my Italy posts. I shared the photos and wrote about each place. But something we kept with us was like the folder, because we made it as a travel package. We had to have these coupons and crap like that. And I kept putting receipts and stuff in there, and then glued them very messily into this journal. So this was something I had put in a different journal beforehand, romanticizing Italy. Oh, it's all backwards, you can't see. But anyway, this was a package we took. I got him to write down notes. So, like, a page like this, and I glued it in after every place. I kept a couple of the cards. A couple of the hotels gave us complimentary champagne and stuff like that. So, here's, like, some of the stuff. Loved Venice. It was an expensive trip for data on my phone because I used Twitter throughout it all and stuff, but it was worth it. So that's what all this is. And then I included the wedding stuff. Here's our record of solemnization, so it really happened. The only thing is, I ordered right when I got home the certificate from the government, but it could be months. And then I had asked the judge who did us, for the vows that she used, and this is sort of what she did. And it was so, like, she even, I didn't tell her anything, but she even quoted E. Cummings, like a poet, and did an Apache blessing, and that's really, really, it was very fitting. And as for, I cried. I didn't think I would, but I cried when I did my vows because apparently I meant what I was saying. Big surprise to me. The people who watched our cats left us notes, and this is a card he gave me recently. It's very sweet. Anyway, I made it to the end of the journal. My resolutions, I don't make resolutions. I never keep them like most people. I think I wrote in my LJ that I'm not making resolutions, but at the end of my journal, I still wrote, try to be happy, take better care of my health, love, receive, and give, write and read and enjoy good things, and keep trying. Went a little easier on myself. So this is done, thank goodness. I didn't like writing in such a big sized journal. Well, here's the iPad Air. I don't know. Like, you can see it's huge. I got this for Christmas, so yay. I have my iMac, I have my iPhone, I have an iPad Air. This year has been crazy. Crazy in the money. This is my current journal that I started January 1st. It's much smaller, and I'm glad. I like writing in smaller journals. And I've written in it. This was bought in St. Mark's Square, San Marco, in Venice, for a really high, stupid price, but whatever, it's pretty. And I've written 1 page a day so far. We're on the 2nd day. So it's journal number 35. Journal number 35. My first book of the year that I'm reading is this. I'm not going into the whole young adult books, though they're quite the craze, especially on BookTube. BookTube, if you search YouTube for bookshelf tours, book reviews, and book hauls, you'll discover the world of BookTube, which it's mostly young women, but there's other people doing it too, and I'd like to participate in that later, where people share their love of books and stuff. But I decided I wanted to read this. I am a bit of a fangirl, though I can't quite relate to the character because she's in college. I never got to go. But we were both identical twins, except hers lived and mine died. Anyway, I want to read Eleanor and Park, because apparently Eleanor and Park, it has a main character a woman who is fat. A girl who's fat and loved for who she is. And it's not because she's fat or because a guy's attracted to that, he's attracted to her. And I think that'll be something good for me to read. But I'm starting with this. First book of the year. I have a lot of books I want to read. And so I'm trying to put more time into that instead of just letting myself continue to watch Twitter scroll. I could watch that forever, especially if I'm watching a certain hashtag on a topic. Like, for days I was caught up in the dark TO when there was a ice storm with power outage in Toronto, which still is sort of going on. They're not cleaned up yet, and I get so caught up in stuff like that. I could, I get really caught up. Now today it's the whole people who's running in Toronto for mayor, and Rob Ford is going for it again. And what I have to say about that is, if he does get elected again, my love for Toronto, which is crazy mad love, is going to go down. Because that would be such a disappointment to me. I know he's a big joke. Gosh, the recent scandal, the one where he finally admitted he did crack, happened like on the 30th or 31st of October. We left and went and got married on November 1st. And then while we were away in Italy, on the news, it's Rob Ford. And then he became like a late night joke. And honestly, it kind of made me mad. Even though I love Jon Stewart and how funny he is and stuff, it made me mad that he turned a city I love so much into a joke, and has altered the perspective of people on Canadians. I mean, if one of our best cities in Canada could elect and stand behind, or seem to stand behind, a man-child who would do this stuff that he's gotten away with, his behavior, his comments, his everything, then what does that say about us? So that's my political speech there. I'm sorry. I get kind of I can't believe I'm vlogging, but I should believe I'm at 18 minutes already. Look at me. Who the hell is gonna watch all this? Maybe I could open my page, and then I would, other things I started, I decided to give the 365 days self-portrait project a try again. I know selfie was the word of the year for 2013, and everybody does it with their phones and whatnot. Takes multiple pictures of themselves a day. Well, I was doing 365 years ago, and I never complete the project. I suck. But I'm giving it a try again, probably because I have such body issues still, and I want to see changes throughout the year. And I also want to try and see if I can do different things with photography again like I used to. And hopefully I'll be getting outside and be in different surroundings, and it's a good way to document your life without words. So I'm giving it a try. I don't know how long I'll be able to do it every day. But I guess that kind of led, when I did the photo today, I thought, if I can do the photo, why can't I do the video? Like, this is what I look like. And later the videos will show me looking differently too. So just do it. It's so cold in here. Actually, it's warming up since I turned the fireplace on. The heat must be coming into here. Okay, so the other things I wanted to mention. Oh, year in review. See, I haven't looked at Vloggerheads, but except I opened up my profile page automatically, and then I noticed on the side 2013, a year in retrospect. So I guess I could give you guys a little bit of retrospect. Although I've written it out on my journal. My journal is like really hopping right now. I blog on, like I said, my live journal. I read 32 books last year. Not my best, not my worst. And I have a lot of favorites on there. Like I had a lot of good reads that I thought were good. I have to go back 5. I did my 2013 year in selected photographs. It's by month: January, February, March, April, May, June. And some of them are self portraits, others are of things like places and just my favorite photographs that I could pick. Cats and location. Toronto, Italy, St. Thomas, books, sky, stuff like that. I did that. I did an end of year thing where it asks you questions like, where did you begin 2013? How did you earn your money? Gosh, that's real personal. But I guess looking back on the year, as you guys may have known, I went through a lot with WSIB appeals, workers' compensation, for several years, and that was resolved. I had the claim hearing at the end of February, the decision letter at the end of March, and received money about a couple months later. And that made a big difference financially, obviously. So that's been a big thing for the year. My income is increased, and I'm in therapy and going to be in a lot more therapy in the new year. Oh, it is a new year. Well, there's stuff coming up. Would I relive the year over again? With as much positive stuff that happened, no. I didn't move anywhere. Didn't. You know what? A lot of these are kind of boring. I don't know what questions you guys were asking because I'm still afraid to watch your videos until I get this done. Favorite moments, obviously, were during the trip. My best month, I want to say November because I spent half of it in Italy. But on the plane ride home, I started bleeding. Even though I was on a pill that was supposed to stop bleeding for like 3 months. And I've bled since November 16th. Construction sounds. I've bled since November 16th. My last really bad day was New Year's Eve day and evening, where I probably could have gone to hospital, but I didn't because I know there's not a lot they can do for me. It's been tough. I've been sick. But today and yesterday were like my best days so far in a long while. So I'm hopeful, but I'm probably not done yet. But I have an appointment for the 10th of January. 10th of January. And I'll see the specialist. And I got an earlier appointment than I originally had because I said I want the surgery. And probably when I tell him how I've been doing, and if he does the ultrasound, sees what Toronto saw, like the fibroids and cysts and everything, and does blood tests and sees that I've probably got low counts, not as low as when I needed the transfusion before, but I'm probably not doing too awesome. So I'm hoping that I'll get a surgery date soon. Even though surgery scares me. I can't keep going through what I've gone through. I cried really hard the other day because it sucked. What else did I write about? Made some new friends. Would I say I've changed since the beginning of this year? Yes. Physically, I've gained an uncomfortable amount of weight. Sexually, it's like I'm a different person. I'm more settled down and accepting of where I am. Even though I'm still an anxious mess, I'm more at ease now that the appeals and tribunals are over. Now I am. It's taken a long time. I don't make predictions for the following year, this year, because life doesn't work that way. It can't be your best, better, or worse, because one could have the most amazing thing happen in the same year or month or week or day as something terribly devastating. The question is whether I will be better or worse in handling myself in the year to come. So there you go. So that's kind of it. I'm not wearing my wedding ring, not because I've given up already. No, I just I keep them on the fireplace in this box a music box, like it's a small box painted on the top and it's wooden. It's from Sorrento, and it plays music when you open it. And I keep my rings in there because I wash my hands a zillion times a day, and I know it doesn't affect blah blah blah, but I just feel weird, with rings on all the time. So the idea is that I put them on every time I leave the house, but I've forgotten at least once at least. But usually I try to make it a ritual that I put them on. And because we do have our wedding bands, and I have this ring I picked out that's engagement. Even though, So I'm not wearing them, but I do have them. 27 minutes. We're almost at a half hour. What else could I talk about? I've missed vlogging. I did a voice post on my vlog not long ago. But it's different, than doing this. I'm sleeping, but, you can tell I'm a little drained. It's good they do construction. I'm just like, it's kind of distracting. Other things. Hopes for the year. My main thing has to be health. Improve my physical and mental health. So, booked for therapy. Hopefully gonna have that mindfulness dialectical behavior therapy in the new year soon. I can't wait. It was so good for me years ago. I got so... mindfulness and Zen Buddhist stuff works really well for me. So that approach in therapy is perfect for my kind of brain. So I'm hoping that that's not too far away. But yeah, I'm hoping I can also get my surgery dealt with. Because physically, that would make a huge difference in my quality of life. I've wanted to see movies across the street and couldn't. Go out with my partner and see some good flicks. But I couldn't really go far in the apartment, let alone go across the street to sit for a few hours. But anyway. So health is priority number one. Write, read more. I love the internet. I can always find something to do on the internet, but it's so important to me that I read some more. Writing, reading, try to do photography, vlog, and spend time with friends and family, and try to nurture those relationships if I can. So that's about it. And I'll keep in touch. Oh, I want to make it the 30-minute mark. I want to get under the 30-minute mark. Damn it. Watching that time now, it's making it go. I'll cut some. Then I can make this a half hour. But thanks for listening and watching if you did. And I'll try and keep in touch better. I know I got a lot of vlogs to catch up on. I'm curious to see how everyone's been doing. Yeah. So, thanks for just existing, and Happy New Year if you begin in 2014 January. If you begin again, then Happy New Year to you. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I don't know how to end this vlog. I've forgotten how to end a vlog. Do I just like start ignoring you guys? Oh, you're still here?